You are not imagining it. Cheap takeaway really can become expensive before you pay, even when the meal looked cheap at first. It feels confusing because the food price looked normal, but the final checkout total suddenly feels much higher. The deeper reason is this: the price you see at the end is only the final stop of a hidden delivery system. Stay for the journey because we are going to follow the cost from the restaurant making the food, through how the delivery system builds, to how it finally reaches your checkout. Reason 1 is where the cost begins. This is the moment people notice first. The food looked affordable, but just before payment, the total feels much bigger than expected. The simple answer is that the meal price is only the starting point. Before the food reaches your door, the restaurant, the app, the packaging, the driver, and the delivery system all have to be paid for somehow. Reason 1 is where the cost begins. Reason 1 is where the cost begins. Before delivery even starts, the restaurant still has to make the meal. Someone cooks it, someone packs it, containers and bags are used, lights stay on, kitchen equipment runs, and staff keep the place working. So when the meal looks cheap on the menu, that is not the whole cost yet. That is only the food before the delivery system gets involved. The first hidden step is simple. The food still has to be made and packed. The bag, container, napkins, staff time, kitchen power, and order prep are already part of the journey before the driver even arrives. So the first "oh" is this: the cheap-looking meal is not just a meal anymore. Once you order it for delivery, it becomes food plus packaging plus restaurant work. Now reason 2 is how the cost travels or builds. Now reason 2 is how the cost builds. Now reason 2 is how the cost builds. The app is not just showing you food. It has to run the order system, connect the restaurant to the customer, send the order to a driver, track the delivery, process the payment, handle refunds, and keep the service working. Then the driver still has to travel to the restaurant, wait for the order, carry it to you, and use fuel or battery power along the way. This is where the cost starts stacking. The driver, the scooter, the app system, the payment system, support, packaging, and delivery time all sit between the menu price and the final total. So the second "oh" is this: the delivery fee is not just one random extra charge. It is the middle part of the journey showing up. The food has to leave the restaurant and reach your door. And reason 3 is how it finally reaches you at checkout. And reason 3 is how it finally reaches you. And reason 3 is how it finally reaches you. At checkout, all the separate steps become one number: the menu price, delivery fee, service fee, small order fee, packaging, payment cost, and sometimes a tip or extra charge can all appear near the end. That is why the order can feel cheap while you are choosing food, then suddenly feel expensive right before you pay. The final total is where the whole delivery system shows up at once. The takeaway bag looks simple, but the checkout is carrying the restaurant work, the app system, the driver, and the delivery journey. So the third "oh" is this: the checkout total is not only the price of the food. It is the final stop of the whole takeaway delivery system. The meal did not magically become more expensive at the last second. The hidden steps finally became visible. So here is the simple takeaway. So next time takeaway feels cheap at first, but expensive before you pay, do not only ask, why did the food cost more? Ask, what system had to exist before this food reached my door? The menu price is only the starting point. The checkout total is the final stop of the restaurant. The packaging, the app, the driver, and the delivery journey. That is the bigger mental model. The price you see is often only the last stop of a hidden system.